Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Bitcoin Trade. And today I'm going to go over some news and then a chart analysis. And so here's what's going on. This is just more information. It says 3 Bitcoin traders arrested in Florida. This is a little bit older news, but I'm looking at this and just want to make a comment. And um, it looks like I don't know if government authorities are cracking down on Bitcoin users who use localbitcoin.com to crack down on every Bitcoin user, or cracking down on, or trying to infiltrate. When I say infiltrate, I'm talking about just going undercover, just like how these people did over there, and just seeing who's a criminal and who's not. Remember, money laundering is you have to commit a crime or violate some law in the way you try to make a gain, all right, profit. So, anyways, looking at this, and this could be a big precedent for, I guess, everyone. That's what they're saying here, anyway. And you may see other states try to do something like that. Now, if you notice, they didn't go after the Bitcoin trader or miner or investor or user who's using Bitcoin for legitimate purposes. I don't know. Well, I've read the affidavit, and if the affidavits are true, then they do have a case. And those 2 people in particular who are charged will have to well, they'll just have to defend themselves somehow. It'll be interesting to see if if this was something gone. I mean, if this was a setup, of course they're going to defend themselves. But my point in showing this is, you know, because of this, and also because of the Bitcoin withdrawal issues at pretty much all. It seems like all the exchanges, and they're having issues in general. I don't know if anyone can do a peer-to-peer, if that's an issue. Um, Not sure. Not sure. I'm looking at. Let me see here. I'm gonna go to blockchain real quick. Excuse me. I'm gonna go to blockchain and see what if anything's going on over there. And well, looks like there's something going on. Bitcoins are moving, and maybe from a peer-to-peer stance, things are flowing. But as far as the exchanges go, I don't know. I mean, so far, Mt. Gox, excuse me, is having issues, and I can confirm that. Bitstamp is having issues as well. I can confirm that. And also Bitsy is having issues. I can confirm that as well. So all 3 major U.S. Bitcoin indices or exchange or whatever is trading, all 3 major trading platforms are having withdrawal issues. So I can confirm it. Okay. As far as what's being done or how it's being done, I don't know. Now, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm wondering if peer-to-peer transactions are still available, because if you look at this, it kind of looks like peer-to-peer transactions are still going on. So it's going to be interesting to see. Another thing is, I did talk to my miner, and they're more computer savvy or geek savvy. Basically, there is a way around it, and that's to basically confirm the transaction. We just wait for the confirmations to go through, and then they'll show up as being sent. So that may actually take a while. So we'll have to see about that. Here's another thing that I wanted to so eventually, I hope, looks like they're gonna get around to it. And the good part about it is, well, I'll go into it a little bit later. My point in all this is, for the legitimate Bitcoin traders out there who are legitimately, trading Bitcoins, right? Um, if you've seen my very first few episodes earlier when I first started doing Bitcoin trade, I told you about scammers, how to avoid scammers, how to see if who detecting scammers. Um, Another thing that it might also do, if uh, if you're wondering, the person you're dealing with on the other end is a undercover agent or undercover law authority trying to feel you out whether you're a criminal or not. um, what you might want to do is um, offer a ridiculous high price or ridiculous low price and see if they're okay with that. If they're okay with it, something's wrong. Either they're a scammer or they're undercover agents or law authorities trying to, test you out. So, you know, because because of this whole withdrawal issue and other things that are happening, um, especially with Mt. Gox and everything, I had to go to my miner. And if peer-to-peer is still working and it's not a problem, um, I guess what can be done is, well, you'll just have to go back to the old days before where Bitcoin got really popular, is literally do a peer-to-peer transaction. Like literally, if you got Bitcoins, you can literally do a peer-to-peer transaction. What can I say? If you have Bitcoins, you can actually use them, put them on paper. Um, so after you do your transaction or whatever, you can email the person the paper for them to scan, or you can do things. And there's still a lot of ways around it. Like I said, you can't really stop Bitcoin trades per se, but for those who are legitimate, avoid getting yourself into trouble. Okay. Um, if someone's trying to ask you for a higher price, hey, sell it to me for a higher price. Who in the hell does that? If someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I'll buy your car for $1 million," I mean, it's like, okay, something's fishy. Something's kind of weird. Um, I would first ask the person to deposit that money in my bank account, and then I will sell you. I would be more than happy to sell you. But someone's just coming up to me and going, "Hey, I'll sell you. I'll buy your car for $1 million." Come on, really? You could buy like 1 million cars for my piece of crap truck. I mean, so for anyone who's legitimate and just you know uh, understand your customers, understand your buyers. If they're trying to ask for a higher price, it's like, why would you want to pay a higher price than what I'm asking for? Something's strange. And if that's the case, who knows? Some people are weird like that. I'm not gonna, if they're pretty insistent on paying a higher price, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I can't, as much as you can't claim stupidity for money laundering, you can't claim a crime because you're stupid, right? I mean, there's no law against being stupid, um, you know. So, but but you can't claim stupidity when it comes to committing a crime, all right? But then again, no one can claim stu stupidity uh, in and of itself as a means of fraud. You can't. That's not going to hold up in court, in my opinion. But anyways, all about the facts and circumstances, right? Facts and circumstances. So the reason I brought this up because I'm reading it, and another thing that really caught the eyes of law authorities was the excessive high price in which they charged the bitcoins. So, anybody charging an excessive high price beyond the indices, that may be a red flag for people, who are trading, legitimate traders. Okay, so that's that article that I wanted to bring up here real quick, and good article, by the way. I mean, who let's I have to admit, Mr. Krebs. Whoever Mr. Krebs is, it was a good article. I enjoyed reading it, and thank you very much for publishing it. So, of course, this article is written by someone else, but the original breaking story was by Krebs, Mr. Krebs. Anyways, good reporting. Let's see what else is in the. Oh yeah, this is more of the same, right? Well, I've kind of already read that, but I already discussed that as well. Here's the article. I haven't had a chance to read it, but it's probably more of the same of what I talked about last time. And then this one. Okay, so this one in particular, Bitcoin hit by massive DDoS attack as tensions rise. So what are we getting here? Looks like now who would be doing this? Who would be doing this? Okay, so of course I'm always speculating. So I might as well just go ahead and speculate on this. All right, so who, let's look at some people who would benefit from something like this. The banks, maybe even government agencies. I mean, who else? Well, I can't think of anybody else. Okay. So I can't think of anybody else, right? Because obviously criminals wouldn't do this. Legitimate Bitcoin traders wouldn't do this. Anybody involved in Bitcoin trading wouldn't do this. Any Bitcoin-related businesses would not do this. So it's pretty, by process of elimination, I mean, who's left? Essentially, you got banks, you have maybe credit card companies, companies like Western Union, PayPal, anybody related in those industries where Bitcoin is a massive threat, maybe behind all this, or it could be just a group of individuals. Maybe it is criminals, right? Because criminals really don't care whether you're a big corporation like Target, Neiman Marcus, who else? Michaels, or if you're a Bitcoin exchange, they don't care. They're Of course, it does say it doesn't affect anybody's Bitcoins or funds. It just disrupts the confirmation with the exchanges. So if it's not about the money, so that's why I don't think it's criminals. Is it a hacker? I don't know. But the most obvious suspects would be the financial industry, banks, and then maybe the government's involved somehow in helping this. I don't have any proof. Just speculating, but it's food for thought. So process of elimination. Anything that's left, no matter how crazy it sounds, how crazy and weird it sounds, I mean, there you go. But again, until that's proven, it's all speculation. So, but I wanted to specifically talk about it because I'm actually glad this is happening, because it seemed like it was a known problem and never really addressed until now, until there was a possible weakness in Bitcoin. So now that it's affected everyone enough to the point where it looks like the Bitcoin developers are going to do something about it. So we'll see. Only time will tell to see if they correct this situation, and who knows. So I'd rather have it happen now than later, and just get over this. So a lot of things happening here, and also when I see this and I see the news reports. Let me see if I can show you some of the reports that I'm getting here. Let me see here. Okay, so I mean, I'm not really fancy or anything. I mean, I use a lot of Google stuff, so I'll just use Google News and just look up Bitcoins and let's see if anything comes up. There, Bitcoins, and we'll see what comes up. Okay, and then here's some of the headlines. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I must be catching a cold. Anyways, Bitcoin stumbles on glitches, attacks, and arrest. Bitcoin is under siege. So where does Bitcoin go from here? Blah blah blah. So it's a lot of worry about Bitcoin, but keep in mind your identity. Okay, you're very in today's world of information. You know, especially with things concerned with the internet, the biggest thing of value to anybody, anybody who uses the internet, or criminals or government agencies, whoever, for everybody, identity is the greatest value. Your information is the greatest value. So even with this problem, other than the actual liquidity or the confirmations being affected, there's nothing really being affected. People are still trading. You can still do peer-to-peer. Well, I haven't confirmed that, but it seems like you can do peer-to-peer because things are flowing. Maybe not through the exchanges or like localbitcoins.com or Bitstamp, Mt. Gox, or Bitsy, but you can still transact. Okay. The most important thing was protected. Your identity, your personal information, that was protected. I mentioned that I met with my miner to purchase some Bitcoins, and as I was, I usually meet my miner at a bank, really safe. So while I was at the bank, I've had several. Okay, this is how big the target breach was. Okay, and this is amazing. Okay, someone came in and basically said, "Hey, I'm here to." I don't know, for whatever reason they're trying to do something, and they mentioned basically they were a victim of of identity theft, and it's probably through Target. Excuse me. Through Target, and ironically, the customer that the lady, it was basically two ladies. It was a customer and a teller. Ironically, the teller that she went to was telling the lady, "Me too. I got my identity compromised as well." And here's the weird thing. I only used my debit card. I didn't even use a credit card. Well, your information's probably all on that debit card just as much as a credit card. And thieves are, cyber criminals. All they do is hack. And I always thought hacking was something sophisticated and you need to be an evil genius to hack, to do hacking. I don't even know what the hell hacking is, but for the most part, I think you're just guessing at someone's username and password. I mean, literally, that's what I'm thinking. It's just a guess. And for most people's usernames and passwords is typically their name and then something like 1234 or some stupid thing like that. So, anyways, so if you compare this glitch, what they're calling it, a glitch or whatever, the whole, or even this whatever DDoS attack. If you compare that to what happened to Target, I'd rather have this happen anytime, because then that would stop my funds from being stolen, right? Money that doesn't go through won't get stolen, won't get reversed. So And on top of that, my identity has never been compromised so far. Um, so I guess it's a blessing in disguise, really. I'm glad, and not only that, but let's go to the charts, shall we? Not only that, but it's really dropped the hell out of the prices. I mean, the prices of Bitcoin is, look at this price. Um, I've I've never been so busy since the price dropped and liquidity is very hard. Um, People are coming to me like crazy, and I'm serious. People are coming to me like crazy for Bitcoins. And I think I can. I mean, I should charge more because I'll let's see here. Let's go to localbitcoins.com here real quick. There we go. Let's get this focused here real quick. Okay, so localbitcoins.com, and we'll just go to we'll just okay. So I'm just gonna scroll down. This is like the page. It's stuff like that. And if you look here, look what they're charging. Okay, this is for, let me see, buy. So these are people who are selling their bitcoins, right? So this is people who are selling their bitcoins. And let me see here. Sell bitcoins online. So here's some information on people who are selling bitcoins online, right? So look at that price, all right? And these prices are higher, and for a couple reasons. Let me see here. Let's just go to. Excuse me. Let me see here. Let's just take a look at this here. So okay, these are people buy bitcoins online in United States. So here's the prices, and if you take a look, let me scroll down here a little bit more so you can see a little better. So if you take a look here, what you're seeing is if these prices are higher in comparison to some of these prices. None of these prices are at 700. All right, not even the Chinese Bitcoin is. I'll just call it Chinese Bitcoin because that's the Chinese money converted to U.S. dollars. So I'll call it Chinese Bitcoin. Anyways, it's not really Chinese. All right, so please don't misquote me on this. Where is it? Okay. So you're looking at the price, and for people who never trade in Bitcoin or never use this service, remember there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with charging more money for your Bitcoin. Is it excessive? Kind of, but at the same time, you have to remember, Bitcoin doesn't have a face value, and Bitcoin is literally worth what someone's willing to pay, because these indices are not compulsory. I'm trying to say compulsory because there's nothing saying that they have to be this price. Remember, there's no government. This is not a government-backed currency, and there is no face value for Bitcoin, and these are just market market prices. Basically, these indices are nothing more than a mechanism for price discovery. All right, so each platform has a different price discovery. All right, so when I go back to, let me see if I go back to this. Okay, to this case here, one of the things that they were talking about, and I don't know if this is. Well, it's in here anyway. They were talking about how these traders were charging more than the average rate. So what? Who cares? That has no bearing on I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to talk about it, because remember, Bitcoin has no face value. It's literally worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it. If no one's willing to pay for it, guess what? It's worth zero. Right? It's not even, well, I can't even use this phrase with Bitcoin, but I was gonna say it's not even worth the paper it's printed on, but I guess, well, I guess I can say it. I'll print out like a Bitcoin with the private key on it, and then I can say it's not even worth the paper that it's printed on. But I can say that about money right now. It's not even worth the paper. It's not even worth the paper that it's printed on. Anyways, a little silly joke. So, Bitcoin has no face value, so I don't know why that's a concern. And if you know anything about, I don't know, economics or selling stuff, you know when, well, you know this. Something is only worth something of value if someone's willing to pay something in exchange of value for exchange of whatever you're exchanging. I don't know if did I make that complicated? My point is, Bitcoin's only worth whatever value it's worth for someone who's willing to pay for that. So okay. So that's that. And anyways, so they're kind of stretching the. I don't know if they're stretching the regulations a little bit, but obviously they're gonna make a case for it. So, anyways, let's go to the chart analysis now. Excuse me, I gotta adjust my seat here. And let me do this so you can see a little bit better. Is that a little? Not much. So, anyways, let's take a look here, and we're seeing Bitstamp kind of pull up a little, and then Bitsy, and then Mt. Gox still kicking. So here's what I've done with this. I'm on a 2-hour here, and I'm seeing a downtrend here. There seem to be. Okay, so there seems to be some movement around here now. I mean the 2 averages. I'm looking at the 2 averages, and they're flowing. These are just true averages, so they're flowing, and now they're starting to move around a little bit, kind of crossing over. So you're kind of seeing some consolidation going on. And if you want, you can make a line here to see if there's a triangle. But I don't know about this. This is just this is a heavy sell-off right here. But anyways, I'm pretty much just waiting for this to break out, and that's probably when I'm gonna start buying in more into what I already have. So there's nothing wrong with, I mean, even if you just traded just on this action alone, wow, this action alone would have made you a lot of money. So there's nothing wrong here. The value has gone down, but you know what? If if you're long in the Bitcoin, you just have to consider it like, man, all I do is just buy more Bitcoin. I mean, I know it's only like 600, but now for 600 I can buy one Bitcoin what I could have bought at the peak, which would have been at 1200. So you're getting more Bitcoins. I mean, for me, that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm just positioning myself for a gain here. That's all I'm doing. So that's kind of what I've done here, and I'm gonna be a little patient and just wait. Also, I'm gonna wait for this malleability or whatever is gonna be resolved, and then as soon as that happens, you'll probably start seeing Bitcoin just go up again. And if you see my episode on the blockchain chart that I was showing you with the activity of usage, and then it slowed down, and then when the activity went up again, you notice that the price spiked up, and then when it came down, instead of going back to originally like the $100 level, it's coming down at $600 level, and then it'll just kind of just wiggle around, and then you'll see the activity pop again, and that's when you start seeing the price go up as well. And so it's pretty much just like what I've been saying. The more people use Bitcoin, the more the value compared to the fiat currency is going to exponentially spike. All right. So my comments about, you know, Bitcoin going to infinity, I think it's still true. As long as governments around the world continue to print money, and they don't really print money. I mean, they just add a bigger number to another big number, and they just keep adding that number. That's all they're doing. And so there you go. And so I'm just gonna wait for this to break out of this downtrending channel, this resistant line. That's all I'm doing. And then let's take a look at this one. And this is Bitsy, and similar, but this is one hell of a drop. Dropped down to $100. Or is that Bitsy? Yeah, Bitsy. No, it's not. No, it's not showing for some reason, but it went all the way down to 100. It was really distorting the graph, or the chart. So I'm doing the same thing here, and it's a little bit more downtrending, but we'll see what happens. It's moving around. Now let's go to my favorite. Oh, Mt. Gox. I'm still documenting you, Mt. Gox. Okay. Either you're gonna die and go away and rest in peace, or you may come out of this with something. So Mt. Gox is obviously different, and we all know why. And then we're looking here, and interestingly enough, it took a dive a little bit, and then it spiked back up. So people are still trading around here. You know, so there might be a chance here, kinda. Looks like Mt. Gox is breaking out, and I don't know. You know, it's kind of hard to say considering. Well, I guess everybody's having an issue with the withdrawal issues, so that's fine by me. I don't have a problem with the withdrawal issues. I'm still looking for a great buying opportunity. I did, right around this area of price, I did sell my position, most of it, other than, well, put it this way, whatever principal I had in here, that's what I have as far as US dollars. So I don't want to excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Whatever principal, I wanted to secure my principal, but whatever profits in Bitcoin I have, I'm still holding on to those. And as I see the price action move around in here, I'll still trade. I mean, this is not, as long as this thing's moving around and they're still in business and they're still going to operate, I'm still going to trade. Don't have a problem with that. So did the same thing here. It's a little different story here now. It's kind of reached the resistance, and I'll see how it goes. I'll probably have to watch it, have it move up, and then have it go down. And based on the next low, I can probably make a support line to see how that's going to react to it. So if anybody's still trading Mt. Gox, man, this is cheap. If Mt. Gox survive, man, you're gonna be way ahead of the game at these prices. So I usually end it off on a Mt. Gox chart, but I'm gonna end it off on a Bitstamp chart because I'll end it off on the highest priced chart. So there you go. And well, happy trading, everyone. And until next time, oh yeah, don't forget to comment, like, dislike. Even feel free to do a video response. I mean, if you do chart analysis or anything, if I'm saying something wrong, or if you want to correct me on something, or you have an opinion, please do a video response. I'll check it first. You know, let's be civil. But you know, I'll definitely add it to I guess the to the video response place so people can watch the video response to it. I don't mind. I mean, I find it very useful for other people to express their opinions. So until then, I guess this is long enough. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye. Hello everyone. I just want to let you know, I said that Bitsy had a withdrawal issue. That's not true. I want to make a correction on that. That is, I made a mistake on that. Basically, if you have Bitsy, they will email you saying, hey, you know, did you withdraw your bitcoins? And if you did, click on this link or click on that link. And I made a mistake. I clicked on the link, and then it didn't go through, and I was thinking that it was just sitting there. So I went back and I said, okay, resend the confirmation to my email address, and let me see if I do it again. And it did go through. So I don't know if it was my fault or maybe the issues were fixed, but looks like Bitsy is still withdrawing bitcoins. So there's that. Bitstamp is confirmed. So so it's still good. Anyways, I just want to give you that quick update. Hopefully that helps you guys out. And here's the chart for Bitsy. And you know, I told you what I was going to do. I'm just waiting for this to bounce around a little bit more. I guess you can try to take a chance here. And I already have a position in this. And what's nice is well, anyways, just want to give you an update on that. All right, thanks a lot, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.